Miss, leave me alone. You're scaring me. The guy started running, looking back at me nervously, and crashed into a lamppost. This is fate. I don't know where you came from, but now you're my crush. I almost caught up with him, but the fool ran away again, although he could barely stand up after hitting the lamppost. Stop right there. I invented you. You have to listen to me. I managed to catch up with the guy, and I squeezed him tightly in my arms. You're mine now. Let's kiss. No. Hi, my name is Cassandra, and this is the story of how my imaginary boyfriend appeared in reality. Except he wasn't thrilled about it. I bet every one of you has an image of a perfect boyfriend. Better than all those stupid classmates or your guy friends who act like children. But my imaginary crush is out of this world. Let me tell you about it. I've never had much luck with real guys. At first, I was a typical nerd and no one liked me. It wasn't until I was 16 that I realized I couldn't go on like this. I changed my appearance, I started wearing makeup, I even pulled some tricks to get the guy's attention. Except I didn't have any girlfriends back then, and no one could warn me that I didn't look very good. Good thing I found out for myself when I went to PE class in my new look. I wore my older sister's top. I stuffed cotton balls beneath it to make myself look even prettier. I even did my makeup for PE class. Ugh, idiot. At the beginning of class, I enjoyed watching the guys' reactions, and the girls in my class were unpleasantly surprised. I mean, they were ready to tear me apart with envy. But they didn't have to do anything because I screwed everything up myself. My foundation was dripping with sweat, my hair was all messed up, and the cotton balls fell out when I jumped for the ball. The boys laughed so hard, they even woke up the gym teacher. He stopped the lesson, but he couldn't get the kids to calm down. They were hysterical. And I ran home in tears. Now I'm a real loser. And it's all because of the guys. Ugh, I hate them. They're all jerks. My high school life turned into a nightmare. Guys were always giving me advice on what else to put under my shirt to look like a girl. And the girls made fun of me even more, finding me all kinds of freaks on dating sites and sending them a link to my social media accounts. And on the day I got really sick of it all, he appeared in my head. Perfect Crush Caleb, straight out of the Netflix series. I imagined him comforting me, treating me nicely, complimenting me. I just loved daydreaming and imagining my boyfriend in detail. And he was so real to me that I decided to pretend he really exists. I told one of the girls about him, who wasn't still too embarrassed to talk to me. And I was so convincing that she believed me. Everyone started talking to me, and Gloria even agreed to be my friend. Now I was like everyone else because I had a boyfriend. You're going to say I'm out of my mind. And you'd be right. But I didn't care. I had my favorite Caleb. Cass, you are so lucky. Gloria listened to my dating stories with excitement. Where did you find such a perfect guy? I would give anything for a guy like that. Oh, Gloria, it was destiny. I was walking out at night and I got caught in the rain. The road was wet and I got hit by a car. I flew right into a pack of angry dogs, which belonged to a dangerous criminal. He, by the way, is being chased by the intelligence agencies all over the world. I couldn't get up, and the criminal wanted to capture me, to do terrible experiments on me in his secret laboratory. What happened next? Gloria clenched her glass, and then Caleb showed up. Like a lion, he scattered the vicious dogs and disarmed the criminal. Wow, how did he even end up there? Gloria opened her mouth in surprise. I can't tell you, it's a state secret. He won't tell me himself. Anyway, and then he took us by helicopter to his mansion and he cooked us a fancy dinner. He cooked it himself? Yeah, he's cool and he lives on his own already. A little later, we sat in the hot tub and then he played me a song on the piano that he had composed. And then Caleb took me home and gave me a book he'd written. Joan Rowling herself thought his novel was great. There you go. With every word I said, I fell more and more in love with Caleb. He seemed so cool. I was ready to make a deal with a higher power just to make him real. I especially wished for it when the girls became suspicious that Caleb didn't exist. I don't know what made them doubt it. Maybe the story about how he was on a TV show and said he was going to help me become an actress too. Or that he would soon be on the Forbes list and that he was going to buy me a house by the sea. I was afraid everything would fall apart, that I'd be laughed at, that I would have to drop out of school and become a vagabond. But after a few days, a miracle happened. I almost died at first, though. I think my heart stopped. I saw him. Caleb was walking down the street. I ran after him, screaming, and he started running down the street away from me. Well, that's where my story began. Unfortunately, he managed to escape. Of course he did. He's so strong. However, I wasn't about to give up. I started monitoring the place where I saw him, and I was right. Caleb lived in the neighborhood. I was stopped by the police a couple of times, of course, because a girl in the bushes with a camera and binoculars looks suspicious. Caleb, wait! You probably don't remember me, but I invented you. You again? The guy started running, but I was smarter than that, and I cornered him. Caleb, let's just talk. Silly, you don't understand that it's destiny that you're my boyfriend. I pecked him on the cheek and I kissed him. Wait a minute, I'm Marty. You're mistaken. He gently pulled away from me. Oh, please, my jokester. You've always been like that. Come on, come with me. Help! Crazy person over here! Caleb, what the hell are you doing? Okay, you're not ready. At least let me get a picture of you. He tried to run away, but I tackled him, pushed him to the ground, and took a picture, forgetting to turn off the flash on my smartphone. By the time the cops got there, I was gone. I ran to Gloria to prove that Caleb existed. I thought you said his eyes were blue, but these are brown, and his shoulders aren't as broad as you said. Are you sure it's Caleb? Gloria squinted. I looked at the photo and didn't know what she was talking about. There he was, my Caleb. She's just jealous. The flash just makes your eyes look brown. And his shoulders are fine. Are you trying to steal him away from me? Cass, I'm just not sure that you... Gloria hesitated. If Caleb doesn't exist, just say so. I won't laugh, really. We'll still be friends, Cass. After hearing that, I jumped up and yelled at her. She's just jealous of me. Everybody's jealous. I was a loser without a boyfriend, and now I have a real prince. It's okay, I'll show them all. I'll bring Caleb to them. I'll make them cry their eyes out. I spent a long time planning and following the movements of my prince. As I watched him, I fell more and more in love, especially when I saw him helping homeless animals. Strange, I did not imagine that about him. Well, never mind. So, when no one was around, I ran up to him. I cuffed myself to the guy's hand with plastic handcuffs. Caleb, don't run. Look, I love you. You came to this world for me. Please come with me. I want to prove to my friends that you're real. The boy looked around, but there was no one there. He had to obey. And all the way there, I told them about how we met, how he courted me, so he'd finally remember everything. Apparently, when Caleb transitioned from my dreams into reality, he forgot all about it. I was lucky. Gloria wasn't alone, but with her friends. Oh, great, everyone will see. Gloria, girls, this is my boyfriend, Caleb. I hugged him. Help me, the guy whispered and looked at Gloria. Caleb, how cool! Gloria giggled nervously. You are so lucky to have Cass. She's really nice. Marty, I haven't seen you in ages. Another girl came up to us. How's it going at the old school? Marty? Who is Marty? No. And that's when my illusion shattered. My perfect Caleb was gone, and the unpleasant reality took over. Marty was a lot like Caleb, but he wasn't. And when I realized it, I screamed and ran away. I was acting like a crazy idiot. I was hitting on another guy. Oh, I should be in the nut house. I locked myself in my room and didn't answer anybody. Gloria texted me every hour for days on end. She called, but I didn't answer. After telling my mom I was sick, I didn't even go to school. I'm not going back. I will move to a desert island. I'm going to live there, take my volleyball with me, and call him Caleb. A few days later, I heard a knock on the door. I wasn't going to answer it, but Mom let the guests in. Gloria came in first, followed by... Marty? You need to talk. I'll wait in the kitchen. Gloria smiled and left. I'm sorry, I fidgeted. I'm crazy. Marty came closer and took my hand. The guy admitted that at first he wanted to forget about me forever, thinking I was the crazy girl in town. But Gloria talked to him. She told him about what I'd been through in high school and that only an imaginary boyfriend, Caleb, was able to get me back to normal. Truth is, I was so delusional that I fell in love with him. And then I saw Caleb in Marty. They didn't treat you right. Marty put his arm around my shoulders. And they shouldn't have done that. You're very sweet. Me? Sweet? Wait, you're my imagination again, aren't you? No, I'm real. Marty smiled. Gloria and I will be there for you, and I won't let you get hurt. I've been bullied at school myself. You? You're so cool, I blushed. I was a loser for a long time, and then I realized that nothing was going to change until I changed myself. Marty, despite all my actions, offered to be my friend. He and Gloria talked me into going back to school. Marty walked me to and from school, and he took care of a couple of my bullies. And suddenly everything changed. I wasn't afraid to go to school anymore. I was more confident. I had a makeover, and I wasn't embarrassed about my body. And I even noticed how guys started to look at me with interest. But I only needed the one. Marty and I started going out after school, hanging out together. And in a month, he told me that he was in love with me. And that's when I got my first real kiss with a guy, with my boyfriend. And it wasn't an imaginary prince who helped me, but my real friends did. Don't escape from your problems into a world of dreams. If you want to change your life, you have to start with yourself first, and then you will succeed. Have you ever had an imaginary friend? Write your stories in the comments, like the video, and share it with your friends.